Hi everyone, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. This is the daily forecast. It is for all signs and it is a collective reading. It's originally created for August 19th, Friday. It is not solely set for that date though. If you're seeing it on a different date and it still makes sense to your life, by all means, utilize it for, support, validation, things of that nature. For those of you that are new, please check out the drop-down menu underneath any of the daily videos. In there is information about the channel, things I want you to think about when utilizing my readings, what decks I'm using, how to contact me for a private reading, where to follow me on social media, and ways to support the channel. Simple ways to support the channel: hit the thumbs up button if you enjoy the content. Subscribe and hit that notification bell. Share the channel out, share the video out, and leave me a question or comment. Let me know that you're here. So let's get into these cards and see what's going on today. I will be referring back to the Sunday underpinning reading, which is the energy of the week that underpins these cards. So that populates in the lower left-hand corner at the end of this reading if you want to watch that also. So let's see what card is our card for the day. Okay, the Hermit, Virgo energy. I do believe we have the new moon in Virgo coming up. Is that not correct? On the 27th, is that correct? I believe so. Anyways, the Hermit is major arcana. Big energy to this card, but I would say that between the Hermit and the Star, they're probably kind of the most withdrawn of the major arcana. The Hermit is about finding the light within, going inward, finding our wisdom, finding our truth, finding our knowledge, finding what's like true for us ultimately. Sometimes I perceive the Hermit as being, it's always darkest before the dawn kind of thing, like we have to go through digging through the depths of maybe who we are, what we believe, how we perceive a situation, a person, a thing, ourselves, and find our own inner wisdom around it, right? It's about doing the internal work. It's about going deep, finding our truth, and then allowing that truth to kind of shine our way home. That's sort of the lamp, or the symbology of the lamp that he carries, right? Is finding the light that is within us, and then, harboring that light or growing that light to such a degree that it helps us to find our way back to our truth, the truth of who we are, the wisdom of who we are, the intelligence that innately lies within us, right? Oftentimes I believe that, through social conditioning, through, situations or the way people treat us, we forget kind of the ability that we have, and we underestimate ourselves or second guess ourselves or judge ourselves, and then we lose touch with that, right? Of that awareness of what we're actually, our full potential is, or what we're actually capable of achieving, doing, surpassing, all of that sort of stuff, right? And so with the Hermit, it's about going kind of into your own space, your own mind, your own energy field, your own intuition, and listening to sort of what the cues are, right? Maybe creating a dialogue within yourself today about, what is my truth? What is it that I need, right? And this should be, because this is major arcana, this should be around something that's rather important to us, or in a major area of our lives, right? If we wanted to see sort of this kind of energy in a minor arcana card, I would equate it probably to, say, the Four of Swords. But this is the Hermit. This is about not just pulling away from, say, situations. This is about how do I want to put this? Pulling away from outside influences and situations or opinions of others, and finding a sense of self from within that's far stronger, far more powerful, far more grounded too, because we've got that Virgo energy with this card too, which is Earth sign, right? So it's what am I trying to say here? Like, it's about coming into familiarity with the truth of who we actually are and the wisdom that we contain, right? So some of us might find ourselves in a state of reflection today, looking back maybe on the past, how we've behaved, what we've done, where we maybe went wrong, but it's not from a place of judgment, ridicule, criticism. It's from a place of finding wisdom, knowledge, peace with those things, right? With those choices, with those situations, and then kind of moving forward. And the interesting thing is he is facing towards the past and shining his light on the past. So that's where I kind of get this idea of the reflection aspect of this card. And the Hermit would be about reflection because he kind of goes off on his own and withdraws and goes inward, right? But the beauty is, and I was saying this about like the star being the other quiet card, we have this little star up here which says even though we might be facing the past or looking at things in the past and kind of shedding our light on it or finding our truth around it and finding our wisdom and standing strong in that, there's something in our future that's to come, right? There's something out there. So it doesn't necessarily mean that, we stay in reflection mode or we stay focused on what went wrong, when, and why. You know what I'm saying? There's like a release here, is my feeling. There's a wisdom here, that a knowledge that's gained, a light or a sense of self that's gained that frees us in a way. And yesterday we did see freedom on not only a card, but also on the grounding stone. So I think some of this is about also attaining that wisdom within ourselves so that we can move forward from a place that's really grounded, solid, and real. Okay? So let's go to the Shamanic Medicine Oracle cards. Interesting. So this is Virgo, right? Which I said was Earth. It's an Earth sign, right? This card today is Buried in Earth, Transference. And he's giving me what I said earlier about Four of Swords. Oftentimes you see in the Four of Swords card, it's depicted as somebody laying down like in a tomb. And this guy is buried down below, right? And the Hermit withdraws. This guy is withdrawn from maybe, say, these people that are doing ceremony above him. Now, these people, to me, this is a ceremony and a beautiful thing, right? But these could be the opinions of others or whatever's going on around us. Us withdrawing into the earth in our truth, our grounded, real truth, right? We're still connected. If you can see this white line, that's like his breath or the air that we all share and breathe. But we're pulling inward. And this transference, to me, the word transference, makes me think about the wisdom or the light that is in the Hermit card. We might be transferring or assimilating some semblance of knowledge or wisdom within ourselves today that it requires us to go inward, requires us to withdraw, and not in a bad way. It's more like from a place of self-care or self-actualization or realization and empowerment, right? It's okay to like become one's own counsel, right? We can make the decisions for ourselves today, is my feeling, or quietly sort of, I don't know, like pull back and have a dialogue with ourselves. This buried in earth, he looks sort of like he's dead or in a grave, but I don't think so. To me, it feels like he's actually safe, secure, and insulated, or almost in a cocoon, right? To be transformed into the wisdom or the light that we see in the Hermit. So let me read you Buried in Earth. Transference. Dig deep to find what's hidden beneath the surface. Totally Hermit energy, guys. This is true of family in the present and, more poignantly, from the past. Their stories, experiences, and circumstances have contributed greatly to what is currently happening in your life, as well as who you are and how you deal with things. What did I say about societal conditioning? Being ceremonial, buried with objects that have a direct connection to one's ancestors, is not for the faint-hearted, but it is a very powerful rite of passage. Ancestors can include anyone who you held in high regard or had a profound influence on your life. When you are stripped back emotionally within the sanctuary of Mother Earth, the energy of those you hold dear is transferred to you, passing through the objects and into your being. Connect with the energy of this card and open yourself to the truths, answers, and attributes you need from your ancestors right now. This will help you to move forward in your journey free of negative attachments and falsehoods. Please ensure you undertake this with the correct guidance and supervision. Buried in earth revealed. Submerged in the earth with a tube to breathe through, this rite exposes the participant to the elements around them and the truths hidden within. The rite of passage imbues the recipient with the medicine of the ancestors and removes fears of the unknown shadow self. It was practiced by many cultures as a direct way to gain wisdom from the ancestors. During the rite, knowledge was passed from the bones of the ancestors with whom the participant was buried. Other divinatory meanings. Stop burying your head in the sand. Ignoring problems prevents you from facing reality. Someone from your past offers a helping hand. Journey within to get to the source of a situation. Bury the hatchet. Hidden gifts are unearthed. Buried in earth speaks. I hold you here in darkened silence. Stripped from all your pain and violence. Replenish your soul with wisdom's true. Now rise again, a stronger you. And that rising to me is the light of the hermit, guys. So if there's something that we're reflecting upon today or dwelling deep with, go for it. I don't want y'all to go out there and dig up your backyards per se and place yourself in there, but like, go inward into your heart, into your mind, into your intuition, into your soul, wherever it is that you might need to look at something maybe that from the past is still potentially affecting you, and understand that you're safe, you're like sort of strong enough, solid enough, wise enough to face it and assimilate it or experience this transference around it that allows you to grow it into wisdom rather than an obstacle, or maybe what it was to you in the past. Now, oh, Jesus Christ, I just looked at the, sorry to invoke Jesus Christ in this reading. I just looked at I had this in my hand, I didn't look at it. The word is wisdom. How many times have I said that today during this reading already? This is the grounding stone. We want to ground in this idea of wisdom, right? Our own knowledge, our own truth, really, the truth of the light that the hermit carries, and that truth is buried within, right? So go deep, guys, and find that truth, that wisdom within you, and understand and ground in that today. Even if nobody else around you can necessarily validate it or understands it or, agrees with it, it doesn't, that's not the point of today. Today is about listening to ourselves and our own truth. And following that, right? And moving towards that. That could also be the energy of transference, like moving ourselves from one way of being into the truth of what we really know to be our wisdom. That is your forecast for the day. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe, share the video out, and leave me a question or comment. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful day. Take care.